People lost a lot of money in the markets. They're looking at the recession fears, right? The fears of a recession in the US. Trump is basically saying, yeah, but with these tariffs and but this will put us in a really good position. And it's like, come on.
Hold on. You gave a good point here, and let's do this for the where we at. Is it right here?
We're moving forward with a 25% surcharge.
That ain't it. Sorry. This is it.
Canada and China fired the latest shots today. The province of Ontario put a 25% surcharge on electricity sales to Michigan, Minnesota, and New York. Ed O'Keefe will have more about that from Ottawa.
But first, China slapped an additional 15% import tax on American farm products, including pork, poultry, beef, and soybeans. Zach is in the heart of farm country, Mount Vernon, Iowa.
These are all beef cows.
Tim Keegan calls himself a pretty basic Iowa farmer. His family's been working the land in Mount Vernon, a few hours east of Des Moines, for generations. Their livelihood comes from corn, soybeans, and a small herd of 150 cows.
How high are the stakes for you?
It's tough because within agriculture, I mean, we essentially get one chance a year to raise a crop and market that crop and sell that crop.
You don't have like 5 different harvests.
No, it's not like we're a factory where we're constantly putting out widgets every day and we can make a change and the widget's going to come out cheaper or different the next day. So we're forced to be a lot more forward thinking, just the nature of our business.
China is the largest overseas market for many U.S. farm products. Last year, the U.S. exported nearly $13 billion worth of soybeans from farmers like Keegan to China alone, and another $1.5 billion in beef. Now, import tariffs up to 15% from China are hitting cash crops.
I think people within agriculture are hoping that some of this is these tariffs and stuff will be short term from a negotiation standpoint. And if they are long term, they will have some pretty big impacts within the industry.
41 years later, we're still here.
But Mount Vernon's mayor, Thomas Weasler, says even short term tariffs on the town's farmers could send shockwaves through the economy.
We need them to be successful. And on every level, we need a thriving agricultural community. Otherwise, there's a gap in what we provide to our citizens here. It will ripple down through our main.
That's insane. People are going to feel this because they voted for that man.
Hold on.
Right?
Right. And this is why they're going to feel it. You fought around. Time to find out.
Basically.
That's exactly how they're going to feel. And then, I mean, China is not playing with the United States either. Canada is not playing with the United States either. They're showing us they're not playing with us. Money is the equal denominator when it comes to friendship or cordialness. So the U.S. and Canada share the same intel because they're the same threat. Canada is not looked at as the biggest threat. U.S. is looked at as a bigger threat, but Canada shares intel with the U.S. U.S. shares intel with Canada. Mexico shares intel with U.S. and Canada just the same, right? But Mexico, they have their things going on. So it's like the United States look down at them and they're trying to correct their wrongs. They're actively trying to correct their wrongs and they're trying to do it humanely. U.S. is like, well, take care of these cartels. Mexico's like, we're trying. It's hard to take care of these cartels, and cartels is paying our soldiers, some of our soldiers, some of our police, some of our judges, way more than we could afford to pay them.
Right.
So their backs is watched, So it's like, but if we got an enemy threat, we're gonna let you know, and we hope you tell us the same thing.
Right.
So with this president is like, he's singing a song of hate, and he's singing a song like praise me, but it's like, dude, you is a jackass.
Right. He doesn't
and his voters,
care.
Huh?
He doesn't care.
He does not. No shame at all.
Yeah.
No
it
shame.
Does not affect him. He does not care.
Nope. And then this is the other part too.
Recession, he declined to rule it out.
This is the part.
This morning
from the markets, senior political correspondent Rachel Stein to rule out the possibility of a recession. We'll get the latest from the markets. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott starts us off from the White House. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you. And the president has insisted that Americans will be better off in the long run because of these tariffs. But he's also acknowledged there will be some economic pain. And when asked directly if it could lead to a recession, he declined to rule it out. This morning, after a week of shaky markets and tariff whiplash, President Trump is hesitant to rule out a recession in 2025.
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big. We're bringing wealth back to America.
But just days ago, the markets tumbled when Trump imposed a 25% tariff on goods from Canada and Mexico. The president quickly reversing course. Now Trump says he's planning for even more. A 25% tariff on all foreign steel and aluminum will take effect on Wednesday, and vowing to impose what he calls reciprocal tariffs on countries too.
April 2nd, it becomes all reciprocal. What they charge us, we charge them.
This morning, China's 10 to 15% retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods, including chicken, wheat, soybeans, and beef, now taking effect. Many economists warn the impact of tariffs will be passed down to consumers in the form of higher prices.
On electricity exports. For the 1.5 million American homes and businesses that Ontario powers, homes and businesses in Minnesota, Michigan, and New York. This surcharge will cost families and businesses in these states up to $400,000 each in every state.
Defending them.
Oh, I think the tariffs are going to be the greatest thing we've ever done as a country. It's going to make our country rich again.
The president also threatening hefty tariffs on Canadian dairy and lumber.
On an average, this will add around $100 per month to the bills of hardworking Americans. Let me be clear, I will not hesitate to increase this charge. If necessary, if the United States escalates, I will not hesitate to shut the electricity off completely. Believe me when I say I do not want to do.
Association of Home Builders says even a 25% tariff could increase the cost by $10,000 for a new single-family home.
You fucked around, time to find out.
And voted for Trump. He tells our Selena Wang his.
How did you like that?
Loved it. You know, it's crazy because, like, I'm like, Americans are at their breaking point financially.
I went grocery shopping yesterday. You know the pack of beef that you get in Walmart, Kroger, and different places. $27 for 2 T-bone steaks. That used to be like $14. $27.
Wow. $27.
$27 for a pack of T-bone steak. Beef chucks, beef roast, big beef roast used to be $25. That shit damn near $50.
Wow.
Also, eggs, $12.50 for a whole. What is it? What is it called again? Dozen of eggs.
For a dozen or a dozen and a half?
Dozen of eggs. A dozen eggs is $12 and some change. What's a dozen and a half? 18 eggs. 18? Like 18. Okay. It's up there. It is up there. Like, it is no joke in the grocery stores. There's a time I used to be able to spend $70 in the grocery store and walk out like 30, 40 things. And that was how many years ago? Right. And $70 used to bring me down 20 things. I probably paid 2 different occasions, $70 for maybe no more than 8 things together.
Wow.
At 2 different times.
Wow.
Grocery is